Hey lovelies! How do I say my intro? How do I say my intro? You do my intro for me.
Okay.
Okay, here.
Hi.
Come.
Hi. My name's Thomas.
Did you do my intro for me?
My name's Thomas.
Okay, they down the camera is not there.
My name is Thomas. My name is Thomas.
Okay, you get your name is Terrell Thomas. Okay. Alright, go down. Go down now. Alright.
5 minutes later.
Hey lovelies, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Swan. I'm a Trimbigonian artist. I'd like to draw dark skin, thick thighs, big hip ladies like me. And if you're not new here, what is up, home skillet biscuits? Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, come.
It's your brother Terrell.
Yeah, no, that's my nephew. No, that's my nephew, Terrell. Yeah, I've been trying to film this whole day and Happy Pride! We're in June, so therefore it's Pride Month. Also, Happy Juneteenth! Yeah, and
Mommy's her birthday.
and for all you June babies, my nephew has said happy birthday. So, in celebration of it being Pride Month, I've wanted to do this for a while now. But now I finally...
Awesome. See you next time.
Sweetie. Shh. Yes, no. Okay. So, in celebration of it being Pride Month, I've decided to draw my OCs. So,
Sorry. What was it?
Alright. Back. So, I always wanted to draw my OCs representing their pride flags, and now I finally did it. So, here are my girls celebrating their flags. And, as a bonus, I get to use the game title intro that I made a while ago. Again. Yay! So, let's go. So first off, we have Moonlight, a bisexual queen. Yes, Moonlight was my OC where I knew straight away her orientation, and it's because of her past. So in Moonlight's very, very adventurous past, she was the villain of the story. Okay, she is a shape-shifting witch, and she used her shape-shifting powers for evil. She fooled people, she robbed people, and the thing is, she didn't even need the money, she just did it for fun. And as most stories go, she got close to somebody, and they got killed because of her. And that like woke Moonlight up, like, I don't want to do this anymore. And she's tried to like rediscover herself, but in her past she didn't want people to know like her true identity, so she kind of destroyed her original photos. So Moonlight have no idea what she originally used to look like, and her mom is no help because her mom shapeshifts on a whim. Okay, in the morning she looks one way, 2 seconds later she has a different nose. I don't know, it's fun to think about my characters like that. So Moonlight is trying to atone for her past sins. That's why she lives in nature. That's why she creates all these potions in order to like, you know, help people. She tries her best to distance herself from others because she doesn't want people getting close to her anymore. And because of how bad she was, like, damn, she wilded. Moonlight was wilded. There's still people out looking for her, and they know she's a shape-shifting witch. So that's her backstory. It's so funny. And with Moonlight, back in her wilding days, she went for all genders, men and female. I mean, men. Bisexual is just men. Wait, that's it. With all the different genders now. Does bisexual just mean between men and women, or men, women, non-binary? You guys let me know. Things are always changing, and it's good to always know these things. So if you know, tell me. Yeah. And Moonlight is attracted to both or all genders. She doesn't discriminate, but she's taking a break. She's like, I ain't going through that right. I ain't going through that right now. So yeah, that's Moonlight's orientation. And I wanted to use the colors of the flag for each outfit, but I didn't want to go with stripes. Mostly when I see things like this, it's always like an outfit and it's stripes for the flag, representation of the flag, and I didn't want to go that route. And I'm really happy with how this outfit came out. The pink, the purple, the blue. And I even put some braids in her hair with pink and with the colors of the flag. And I really like how this came out. She looks sexy. She looks hot. She looks hot. Tell me, did I represent the flag okay for Moonlight? So next up, we got my girl Layla. So one thing I realized when I do videos containing my girls, I always have an order, which is Swan, then Moonlight, then Sharite, then Layla. So Layla gets a little bump up, and she's being second place today. Yay! And for Layla, she is my pansexual queen. Apparently they're all queens. And Layla is a demon. She grew up in the demon realm or the demon world or whatever, where sex is like totally normal. It isn't scandalous, it isn't whatever, and consent is everything, because consent is sexy. And Layla is accustomed with people wearing all matters of dress and undress, and also because she is one of the most powerful demons of all time, yet she doesn't know it. I have a whole video explaining it. If I'll put it up there. A lot of people approaches her. So Layla doesn't like to catch feelings, because a lot of times when she caught feelings, they didn't really like her to just like her powers. You don't just hate it when people just, come after you because of your power. Yeah, I can't relate. But yes, Layla has kind of developed her sexuality over time, as she doesn't catch feelings until she gets to know you. And Layla doesn't care about gender. She doesn't care about your physical attributes, because in the demon realm, how you look, it depends on how you grew up. So Layla was pampered growing up by her parents. So she came out blue for light and how caring and kind she is, while her twin sister Delilah came out red because she was neglected. Again, there's a video about that. There's two, so I'll put the second one up here. And Layla has learned that, or developed that, the way like how to control her. I don't know how to explain it, but she got to know you first before she catch the feels, because that's the way she protects herself. Okay. And that's really hard for Layla since she's a scientist. So I know this might sound really weird from the story, but Layla was born super powerful. And her parents couldn't control her power, and she's a baby. She had no reasoning, so her powers were out of control. She even murdered some people. I'm not even going there with that story. And they've had to seal her powers as a baby because they couldn't control it, or she couldn't control it. So because her powers were sealed, Layla grew up believing that she has none. And it's so convoluted, but Layla grew up believing that she has none. So, but yet her parents pampered her. Layla believes that her parents pamper her because they feel guilty that she was born without powers. While her sister, on the other hand, is confused why she is neglected and pushed to be stronger, while her sister gets to be run around and do everything she wants for free. Free of things. So I'm just like, conflict. And the sad thing is, all how I think about Layla's the villain in her story. Layla's the villain. Delilah. Anyhow. I just gone off the story instead of like the drawing. I really like how Layla came out in this with. Every time I draw Layla, I can never choose one outfit for her. I'll draw 2 to 3, and this was this case, but I really like how this came out. This wrapped skirt and the V-neck. It was supposed to be a long sleeve, but I find it look cuter as like a V-neck top, no sleeve. And yes, I'm really liking how it is. And I really like that Layla's skin is blue, so I didn't have to add it into the outfit. It saves so much. But yeah, her shoes are blue. Never mind. I take it back. So yeah, that's Layla's story, and because of how she's a scientist, she doesn't really focus on romance at all. So like Layla might be forever alone. But she's okay. She have a science experiment to do it. Again, I have a whole story about that. Let's go with it. Next, we have Sharite. So Sharite is my warrior princess. I wasn't sure what her orientation was because I don't have her love interest in my head and it's a man. And I'm like, okay, so maybe she's an ally. And then I looked up the ally flag, and for some reason the vibes of that flag freak me out. I don't like it. I don't know why. I've watched that ally flag and I'm like, something about you ain't right. I ain't like it. But in search, so I was looking up like other flags because I'm like, since I'm here, I could look it up. And I came across this one called gender fluid. And I'm like, what's that? And I looked it up and I'm like, wow, this is Sharite. So gender fluid is basically when you feel super masculine or super feminine or even blend the two together. I mightn't be explaining it at the best because I'm still researching, but Sharite is born female, but she feels masculine. I don't know if that's gender fluid, but she identifies as a woman, but she likes to dress masculine. And there are days where she will rock a dress or rock a skirt and be like, oh, I want to feel it. Or there'll be days where she'll be dressed super masculine and like have some sexy ass shoes. With this one, I wanted to give her heels, but the pose look better with the shoes. So it's stuck with the shoes. So I'm not sure if I understand gender fluidity, is that even a word, properly, but I'm new to it. But the more I'm researching, the more I realize like this is Sharai. This is my girl Sharai. Because when she's going to be the leader of her tribe, she's not going to use like the feminine version of titles. She's going to use the masculine. As like RuPaul like to say, you could call me she, you could call me he, you could call me they, just don't call me it. Oh wait, or just call me something. Something like that she does say. And I was like, yeah, this is Sharite. Especially with the way for courtship in the tribe is that if you want to court someone, you have to challenge them to a do. That's the rule. The rule is that you have to challenge them. There's no rule saying that you have to win. And the person who Sharite's love is somebody she grew up with, and she wants him to challenge her, but he's a sensitive soul and he doesn't believe that he's strong enough to rule the tribe with her. So he's like, he will support her and from the sidelines. And she's like, would you just challenge me already? Damn. Also, he's shorter than her, but most people are shorter than Sharite since she's almost or over 7 feet tall and her dad is taller. And he is like 5, almost 6 feet. So there's a height difference. So maybe that's the next thing. And he's also disabled. He has a prosthetic arm. Yeah, all these stories in my head just keep coming out. So Sharite, our gender fluid boss. Did I understand gender fluidity properly, guys? Let me know if I'm wrong. And lastly, we got my girl Swan. Swan is my OC, my avatar. her job is to be my avatar, but she got a mind of her own and she turned into her own person. But when it comes to sexuality, we're the same. Me and Swan are asexuals. Woo! Yeah, I didn't even know that existed until this year, thanks to Pop Amp from What's the Safe Word. Seriously, you should check out their channel. It's amazing. Love them. And they talk about demisexual, and I thought that was me because I've never got a connection with anyone. So I was like, oh, maybe I have to get to know them first before I could feel attracted to them. But then I learned about asexual. I learned that demisexual is underneath the asexual whole flag. And I looked up what asexual is and I was like, that sounds like me. But I've never been in a relationship, so maybe I could be demi, you know? And then Jaden Animation came out with her video, and everything she said in that video resonated with me. I was like, oh. Oh. Like, oh. Like, seriously, it was like a light bulb, like, oh. The part in her video that resonated the most with me was like, people around her were talking about boys or girls, and she was like, huh? And then she was like, oh, so this is what I'm supposed to be doing at this age. And she says every time she goes in a new grade or a new school or something, she will scope out her prospects of who to have a crush on. And I'm laughing because that was me. I would just be minding my business, thinking about games, thinking about television shows, and then everybody be like, oh, he's so cute. And I'd be like, okay. And they'd be like, who do you like? And I'd be like, and I'll just blurt out a random name. I'm laughing because it's so weird. I am in my 30th year of life, and I'm now learning what asexuality is, and I've never been attracted to anyone in my entire life. I can see that people are handsome or good looking or pretty, but to physically react, never happened. Never. I'm 30. It's never happening. And I don't know, I'm just laughing because it's so weird to say this out loud, because it's been in my head, and saying it out loud now, it's like, this is weird, because we grew up in a world where sex is a must. Everybody's like sex is inevitable, it's going to happen. Ugh. And then to learn that there are people who don't have any, I'd be like, that's me. And the ironic part of this is, my favorite genre of book to read is romance. And I've always read about this spark when I came into the room and our eyes met, we connected and our eyes sparkled and blah blah blah. And when he touched me, that sent tingles down my spine. And I used to laugh at those things because I'm like, you guys are exaggerating, because movies and books exaggerate scenarios. So I always thought that was an exaggeration, because who feels stars? Who feels tingles? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? And then to realize that people actually feel this. People actually experience these. And I'm like, oh, it's just me. It's just not my thing. Okay. Or I'm just so glad I found TikTok, that I found other asexual, and I'll be like, oh, so that's normal. Okay. I've talked enough. Let me continue with Swan. Wow. It's so weird saying it out loud. And there you have it, all 4 of my girls representing their pride houses. Pride houses, this is Hogwarts. And there you have it, lovelies, my 4 beautiful OCs representing their pride flags. Which one were you most surprised by? For me, it was Charlotte. The longest while I thought she was straight, except she's not. So, yeah, so have fun, explore your OCs and see what flag they represent. Or if they're just an ally. Either way, have fun with it. And of course, I would like to thank my patrons, me, Kathleen McCluck, Jennifer Nix, Emile Akoka, Amber Padea, Rels Does Art, Nordis is Weird, Danielle, and Marie Museum. Thank you, lovely, so much for supporting me over on Patreon. And in celebration of Pride Month, I am using my OCs, these 4 OCs, as this month's rewards. Which one do you like the most? Which one should be the official print? Should it be Swan, Moonlight, Charide, or Layla? Which one do you like the most? And that will be this month's print. But everybody will be getting a sticker, or 4 stickers of my OCs. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It took me so long to make. The computer kept crashing, but guys, I did it. I did it. And I hope you enjoyed it. So I'll see you when I see you. Enjoy the rest of your Pride Month. Enjoy the rest of Juneteenth. And happy Pride! Bye. 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 Want to say bye-bye? Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, he just tried to attend him. Bye.